So hi everybody, my name is Carmen Ficarra. I'm one of the teaching artists with the Frye Museum's Creative Aging program. So when the museum is open, we have a monthly Alzheimer's Café. It's the second Tuesday of the month. And we found it's just a great way to bring together not only folks who are living with dementia, but their family and friends, care partners. In fact, it's open to the whole community, and we always get a good turnout and have a lot of fun. We start out with a discussion of some of the artwork that's in the galleries. And then everybody goes to the museum cafe, and we have some snacks, a little chance to visit, and then we have a sing-along. And that's what we're going to do here now. I'm one of the people who gets to lead that sing-along once in a while. And I like to have a theme to the songs, so I thought this time I would take 3 old songs that have to do with the old American West. And I don't have a cowboy hat, but I borrowed this string tie here so I can kind of dress for the occasion. See how that goes. The words are going to be along the bottom of the screen, so if you don't know them by heart, please follow and sing along with us and have a good time. Okay, so our first song has been referred to as the unofficial anthem of the American West, and you know it is Home on the Range. It comes from a poem that was written in the 1800s by a fellow named Brewster M. Higley. I just love that name. Anyway, it was called My Western Home, and the original poem didn't even have the words on the range in it. It just, the refrain was my home, my home. And somewhere down the road it was set to music, and then people just kept adding verses to it. I found like a dozen different verses about gold prospectors and oil rigs and guns and horses and anything that you might associate with the Old West. So let's sing a few of those verses. Some you might know, a couple you might not. The words will be here on the screen, so please follow along. Oh, give me a home where the buffalo roam, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. How often at night, when the heavens are bright with the light of the glittering stars, have I stood there amazed and asked as I gazed if their glory exceeds that of ours. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Yes, give me the gleam of a swift mountain stream, and the place where no hurricane blows, and give me the park where the prairie dogs bark and the mountains are covered with snow. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. So pure, and the breeze is so free, and the air is so balmy and light, that I would not exchange my home on the range for all of the cities so bright. Home, home on the range, where the deer and the antelope play, where seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day, where seldom discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day. Okay, our next song is kind of a silly little one. It was written by a fellow named Grant Clark, who was a pretty successful songwriter back in the turn of the 20th century. He wrote a song called Secondhand Rose, which you might know. Anyway, this one's called Ragtime Cowboy Joe, and it turns out it was one of the most popular songs of 1912. And ragtime music had been popular for about 10 years already, and Clark was in his home in Brooklyn, New York, and his nephew showed up one day all kind of dressed up in a cowboy outfit. And he was so amused by this that he decided to make up a song about a fearsome cowboy who also happened to love ragtime music. And he got a friend to write the music for him, and this is what they came up with. He always sings raggy music to his cattle as he swings back and forward in his saddle on a horse that is syncopated, gaited, and there's such a funny meter to the roar of his repeater. How they run when they hear the fella's gun, 'cause the western folk all know he's a highfalutin, scootin', shootin' son of a gun from Arizona, Ragtime Cowboy Joe. Out in Arizona where the bad men are, the only thing to guide you is an evening star. The roughest, toughest man by far is Ragtime Cowboy Joe. He got his name from singing to the cows and sheep. They say at night he likes to sing the herds to sleep in a bass voice, rich and deep, crooning soft and low. He always sings raggy music to his cattle as he swings back and forward in his saddle on a horse that is syncopated, gaited, and there's such a funny meter to the roar of his repeater. How they run when they hear the fella's gun, 'cause the western folk all know he's a highfalutin, scootin', shootin' son of a gun from Arizona, Ragtime Cowboy Joe. He's a highfalutin, scootin', shootin' son of a gun from Arizona, Ragtime Cowboy Joe. Okay, I hope you got all the words to that last one. Just to review, he's a highfalutin, scootin', shootin' son of a gun from Arizona, Ragtime Cowboy Joe. It took me a little while to learn that, but once I got it down, no problem. Okay, the last song that we're going to do here for now is something that I definitely know you know. It's Yellow Rose of Texas. This was actually a really popular song when it was written in the 1850s. It was a big hit on the music hall circuit. And then when the American Civil War kicked in, it had sort of a resurgence of popularity, and the words got kind of changed around a little bit to reflect the story of a soldier who was looking forward to having the battles come to an end so he can get back to his girl in Texas. So let's do that here. Just want to thank you right now for joining us, and hope to do this again with you soon. And also hope to see you at the museum when we open up again. There's a yellow rose of Texas that I am gonna see. No other fella knows her, no other, only me. She cried so when I left her, it almost broke my heart. And if I ever find her, we never more will part. She's the sweetest rose of color that this soldier ever knew. Her eyes are bright like diamonds, and they sparkle like the dew. You may talk about your dearest May and sing of Rosalie, but the yellow rose of Texas is the only girl for me. Where the Rio Grande is flowing and the starry skies bright, she walks along the river in a quiet summer night. She thinks that I remember when we parted long ago, and I promised to come back again and never leave her so. Oh, now I'm gonna find her, for my heart is full of woe, and we'll sing our song together like we sang it long ago. We'll play the banjo gaily and we'll sing a song of yore, and the yellow rose of Texas will be mine forevermore. We'll play the banjo gaily and we'll sing a song of yore, and the yellow rose of Texas will be mine forevermore.